All right, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining me in this live stream. I really do appreciate it. All right, so we now have some new information out of Social Security that I'm going to be talking through here in this video because this is actually pretty important and it's going to impact virtually all beneficiaries, even though the number of beneficiaries right now, according to the statistics I'm looking at, is about 46 million people. But at the end of the day, it's going to impact a lot of people out there. And there are some changes that are going to be coming in September. So as of right now, as I host this live stream, that's not that far away, and I want to bring this to your attention. Now, I also want to talk about this because there's been a lot of information circling around from, different sources that suggest that, hey, we're Social Security, when really they may not be, just posing to be and trying to gather personal and very sensitive data. So I kind of want to throw that out there as well. I want to spend just a minute or two talking about that. I want to make sure that everybody here is staying safe and protecting your personal information. That's not the whole purpose of this live stream, but I want to spend a couple minutes on that as well because I've seen it and it's a bad situation. But there are definitely some legit changes coming in to Social Security again in September this year, so that's not that far away, just literally weeks away from as we sit right now. And want to talk through the details about this. Now, as always, I'm going to talk through the details of what these changes are, what you may or may not need to do, and as always, I'll spend a little bit of time here explaining everything, and then I can jump into the chat and answer your questions, elaborate further, whatever you need. So if you're joining me live, again, feel free to stick any comments down in the chat. I'll do my best to answer those for you here in a little while, but hopefully I can answer most of those here before we get into the chat. All right, so ready for this? Okay, so this is a legit thing, and Social Security has actually sent out an email about this, okay? Again, a lot of times, I'm not sure about you, but do you receive like countless emails every day from all kinds of different places pretending to be, something, someone, some agency, something like this? A lot of times it's very easy to think, is this legit or is it not, right? So a lot of times, I'm not sure about you, but I kind of have a hard time trusting a lot of emails because there's so many of them that are not legit, right? But anyway, this is definitely a legit one, and it's going to be, pretty important here. All right, so here's what's going on. You've heard me talk about the My Social Security account before on the Social Security website, right? Okay, if you haven't heard me talk about it, well, you're going to hear me talk about it now, okay? So on the Social Security website, and again, I recommend everybody to do this. You don't have to. It is not required. No, this is not sponsored. Social Security is not paying me to say this. I'm not saying that at all. That's not the case, okay? So it's just a My Social Security account on the Social Security website. I have one. A lot of people do. Over 50 million people have one of these accounts. It's a great way to check your benefit. It's a great way to kind of keep an eye on everything with your Social Security benefits. It's just a nice thing to have, okay? It's 100% free to sign up, but it's right there on the ssa.gov website, okay? It's the My Social Security account. I've talked about it many times before in other videos, but here's what's happening, okay? So they're changing the login details about this for some people, not everybody, okay? But that's why I want to talk about this. But so here's what's going on. They're changing it from the standard login, or which they've had for a while now, basically where you go in and you'll put your login credentials in. They're changing it from what it is, maybe using like an email, something like that, to a login.gov. That's one of the options, or an ID.me, or some of the other authenticated login methods that you can use in order to get into your My Social Security account. Now, why would they do such a thing? It's so annoying when they do this, right? I agree, it can be, but remember this much. The purpose of Social Security is, well, obviously a lot of different things, but one of their main purposes is they have to protect our information. They have like every bit of information about us, right? I know it's kind of weird to think about, like, they know everything about me. Well, if any government entity is going to know anything about you, it's going to be Social Security and it's going to be the IRS, okay? They know everything about you. There's no hiding from them. They know everything, okay? That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But one of the situations here is that they need to protect our info, and the way that they're doing that is they're upgrading the login process for the My Social Security accounts to a login.gov, or like I said, an ID.me, or some of the other methods that are out there. Again, more on that here in just a minute, okay? But here's what's going on. So if you signed up and you established a My Social Security account before September 18th of 2021, so that's, what is that, almost 3 years ago now? We're not in September yet as I host this live stream, but almost 3 years ago, okay? So if you signed up for a My Social Security account before, again, September 18th, 2021, this applies to you, okay? If you signed up after September 18th of 2021, you're good. You do not need to take any action on this whatsoever. You already have a login.gov login for your account, okay? So that's pretty cool. If you signed up in the last, call it 2.5 years, you're probably fine, okay? You're good on that. You don't need to take any action whatsoever. But according to the numbers I've been finding here, about 46 million people still need to take action on this, and they still need to upgrade. Again, when I say upgrade, no, you do not have to pay. It is 100% free to do this. I'm just saying upgrade as in update your login credentials, okay, to a login.gov. Now, what does this take to do this? Is it annoying? Do you have to fill out paperwork? Do you need to sign something? Do you need to pay something? The answers to all those questions are essentially, it's not that hard, and no, you definitely do not need to pay anything. So if anybody's trying to get your information and saying you need to, pay for something, no, do not do that. It is 100% free. You do not need to do that. But they're going to be retiring all of these old Social Security logins by September of this year. So that's literally just weeks away from as we sit right now, as I host this live stream, okay? So what's basically going to happen is that all of these old login credentials are basically going to be purged. They're no longer going to be a way to get into your My Social Security account. It must be a login.gov or, like I said, an ID.me login in order to get in your My Social Security account. So is there some urgency here? I guess you could say so, like a little bit. It's not like you're going to lose your benefit. You're not going to be kicked off the program. You're not going to have your benefits cut. Nothing like that. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult and take a little bit more time to get into your My Social Security account at that point, okay? So what do you need to do to update this? Super simple. Here's what I would do. Number one, I would not, again, I repeat, I would not click on any links in emails. I definitely would not do that. That to me is just, not a good situation. But here's what I would do. I would go to the ssa.gov website, okay? ssa.gov, we've all been there a million times, right? We spend a lot of time on there. I'm sure you've spent just as much time as I have looking around, clicking on everything. There's all kinds of different rabbit holes you can go down there. But this is what I would do. I would go to the ssa.gov website, and I would go to log into my Social Security account right there on the website, okay? If you are somebody who has one of these older account credentials to log in other words, you've signed up for your My Social Security account prior to September 18th of 2021, you will automatically be prompted to basically set up a new login.gov login, okay? It's going to take some time. It's going to take a little bit of effort. They're going to ask a bunch of questions. They're going to be, it's going to take a little bit of time to do it. It's not a big deal. But at the end of the day, remember this, the whole purpose behind this, even though it may be like, oh, I don't want to do this, they're making it more difficult. Remember, it's all in the name of security. Okay, they're doing what they can to make sure that our information, which is very important and very personal, let's just say that much, right? It's Social Security. At the end of the day, they know everything about you, right? I mean, days after you were born, they knew everything about you, right? They issued a Social Security card for you, so they know everything, okay? So it's very important that they keep all that information very secure, okay? So it's not like, they're asking for my Social Security number. That's okay. They already have it anyway. I mean, they gave it to you. So it's not like, it's not like they're learning something new about you. But anyway, you'll be prompted to set up the new credentials, and then you'll be fine once you do it, okay? So it's important to get this done. And like I said, they're retiring all of these old login credentials by September of this year. So it's really not that far out from as we sit right now, okay? I did not see a specific date in September. It just said by September they're going to be retiring them. So I'm not sure if that means like September 1st or September 30th. I would just say this much. If you need to do this, just get it done before then. It doesn't really matter, right? I mean, whether you do it tomorrow or you do it in 3 weeks, I mean, just what's the difference, right? When you find, say, 15, 20 minutes to do this, just go ahead and do it. It'll save you a bunch of time in the future here. And at the end of the day, remember, once you get this done, you can, maybe sleep a little easier knowing, hey, my information is a little bit more protected on the Social Security website. So that is really nice as well, okay? So this is what I wanted to share with you. So yes, they sent out an email, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. I don't remember exactly the date of when it was sent out, but they did send out an email and they said, hey, this is what we're doing. Get ready, everybody. And at the time, they did not have a specific timeline in place at that time that said, hey, by this date, we're going to retire all these old accounts. They didn't have that. They just basically said, sooner than later, let's just get it done and, change your credentials to a login.gov. They didn't have a timeline, but now it looks like September is the timeline here, okay? So that's not that far out. And That's just what it comes down to, okay? So again, I just want to say this much. Here's the unfortunate situation about this, okay? There's a bunch of people out there, again, whoever they are, whatever their intentions are, I can tell you this much, they don't have good intentions. But I'm sure you get the emails just like I do, right? It looks like an authentic Social Security email. Oh, wow, look at this. Social Security sent me an email. Let me click on it and open it right on up. And then you look into it a little bit further and realize, this looks a little fishy. There's a couple spelling errors. This doesn't look all that authentic. Something that just doesn't seem right with this email, okay? And then what do you know? By golly gee, it's somebody, somewhere, for some reason, they're trying to send out these emails and they're trying to fish for data. I'm not saying fish like FISH. I'm talking PHISH, right? That type of phishing. It's a phishing attempt to get somebody's personal data, okay? Just please be very careful. I would never, ever click on a link in an email to go update my login credentials. I would just personally never do that, okay? If I have the option to either number one, click on a link in an email, or number two, go to the website and update my login credentials, I'm going straight to the website. Then I know I'm in the right place. I would never click on an email, especially if it pretended to be from Social Security. Even if it is legit from Social Security, I would still never click on it. I would go right to the website. So again, I don't want to sit here and act like, I don't want you to feel like I'm preaching to you. I really don't want to feel that way. Nobody wants to be preached to for the most part, right? But I do want you to stay safe, okay? There's a lot of things that are going on, especially right now. It is nuts to see what's happening all over the place, all these phishing attempts to try to get our information. And what better way to do it than to act like we're Social Security and, hey, by golly gee, why don't you give me all your information? Bad, okay? Do not do that. I'm just saying, please be very careful. And again, I know you're smart. I know you're savvy. I know you're good with this stuff. I feel like I have to say this, okay? If I ended this video by saying, well, have a nice day, and I didn't say something like this, I feel like I'd be doing a disservice to you, okay? I just have to say that, okay? It's nuts. I would never want to see anybody here get their information or their personal details compromised because of something so basic like this, okay? It's very easy to think, Social Security sent me an email. Awesome. I'll just click right here on this link. I wouldn't do that, okay? That's just me. Just do what's best for you, but I'm just saying, for me, I definitely would not do that. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna say that anymore. Like I said, I feel like my moral duty is to try to do what I can to protect everybody here and just say that, okay? I know I sound like I'm preaching. I know I probably sound like your dad. You know what I mean? I apologize, but I'm just trying to help everybody out here so you don't get, some bad situation and, your personal details compromised. That'd be really a massive headache for a lot of people. All right, so anyway, I'm going to jump into the chat here and we'll go through it and I'll do my best to answer as many questions, comments, shout outs, stuff like that as I can. And then we'll wrap this up and, that'll be about it. Okay. So again, I'll do my best to get to them. Again, I have... Most of the time, I don't get through all the entire chat. I apologize. If I miss you, I'm not doing it on purpose. I just try to do what I can here, okay? So just thanks for the benefit of the doubt. Really appreciate it. Melissa Russell. Hey, Melissa. Yeah, you're very welcome. Thanks for the nice message. Really appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Derek Farron is saying this is drastic news. No, never said it was. So, no, definitely not drastic news. I never pretended that it was. RS Finney, it is. Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, Michael Arledge, I think it is. Hey, Michael, nice to see you here again. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Tamika Davis, good afternoon and happy Friday. Thanks, Tamika. Appreciate it as well. Ted Murphy is saying, just call Social Security and talk to our representative. I wouldn't do that, Ted. That is a total waste of time, okay? I know Ted is saying, just call Social Security and talk to a representative. That's what they get paid to do. I definitely would not do that. There's just no need to do that. They can't help you. They can't help you with this. There would be no purpose of doing that. You'd spend a lot of time, hours and hours of your life, sitting on hold and waiting to talk to somebody, only for them to say, well, sorry, you got to go through the website and create a new login that way, okay? So I know that's it's easy to say, let's just call Social Security. No, I literally would not do that. I would definitely would not recommend that. It'd be a total waste of your time. I would not do that. Ryan Carver saying this is the major news. I never said it was major news. I'm not sure where you're seeing that. The title on this video is Don't Ignore This. Social Security is changing by September. I didn't say drastic news and I didn't say major news, so I'm not sure where that's coming from. All I'm saying is don't ignore this. This is important. So yeah, I guess I'm not really sure why people are saying that. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something here. Yeah. Annette Harvey, I'm glad you already know this. That's great. I'm glad you know. Yeah, Pat Worthington, hello. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Nice to see you as always. Thanks, Pat. Yep, Joel is obviously very, very misinformed here. So, yep. Okay. James Bone, you said you don't even have closed captioning. You have to turn it on. Yeah, you can turn closed captioning on. Yeah, Brian Burton. Thanks, Brian. Nice to see you as always. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, Joe Congilio. Hey, nice to see you from Pennsylvania. Thanks, Joe. Nice to have you here. Marjorie Rainey. Hey, Marjorie. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, Marjorie. Hey, good afternoon, Marjorie. Edward J. Antonelli. Hey, Edward. Nice to have you here. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a nice day. Thank you. Sophia Smith. Hey, Sophia. Nice to have you here. Thank you. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a nice day. Yep, Brian Burton again. Thank you. Appreciate the nice message. Yvette Bell. Thanks, Yvette. Nice to have you here as always. Thank you so much. Yep. Joe Congilio from Pennsylvania. Thanks, Joe. Nice to have you here. Yeah, Leonard Moore. Hello. Good afternoon, Leonard. Fred Rom checking in. Hey, Fred. Nice to see you as always. Thanks for joining us one more time here. Christopher Raphael. Hey, Christopher. Nice to have you here. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Karen's Music. Hey, Karen. Nice to have you here as well. Again, a lot of familiar names. A lot of the, a lot of you have been around a very long time. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Gary Lloyd is saying, let's get that $2,000 stimulus check from Biden. Yeah, good luck on that one. Yeah, the first time they stiffed us by 600, so I don't know why they would do that again now, right? Yeah, the first time they said, yeah, 2,000 coming, get ready, everybody, 2,000, and then they stiffed us by 600, so yeah. Diane M, hello, Diane, thanks for joining us. Nice to see you as always, Diane. Leah Ketchum, hey, Leah, how you doing? Nice to have you here. Really appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a little while, but nice to see you, Leah. Thanks for joining us. Okay, let's leave it at that. I scrolled up a bunch of the chat. Again, I probably missed some. I apologize. Don't do it on purpose. I want to do my best to answer the questions, give shout outs, things like that, and then, you know, spend time here with you, but at the same time, also be respectful of your time and kind of wrap these up, you know, relatively quickly as well. All right, so with that being said, let's leave it at that. Hope you're having a nice Friday afternoon. Thank you again. Just pay attention to this and just, you know, if you have to do it, just go ahead and do it. Again, hope this helps you. Otherwise, as always, leave your comments, your questions, your feedback. When this video goes up here, I don't know, it takes like 10 minutes or something and for it to actually publish. Once I end the live stream here, feel free to leave a comment on it, things like that. I can always jump on into the live stream if you want me to. I can make a video, do whatever I can. Just hope this helps you. Again, thank you. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Totally free to do so. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Doesn't matter. I don't really care. All right, so anyway, whoops. Enjoy your day. All right, so I'm gonna plug the mic here. So enjoy. I hit this button and this one. All right, I'll catch you.